The inhale and the exhale means a lot more to you than you think. The way you treat your breath is the way you treat yourself, is the way you treat life. The way you treat others is the way you treat your breath. If it's constricted, you will hold back from people. You would hold back from expressing yourself. You will hold back from expressing in life. If it's natural and flowing, the more natural and flowing it is, the more you express yourself, the more you'll be connected to others, the more you'll be connected to yourself. I don't know if you know this to be true, but if you change the way that you breathe, you'll be able to be yourself. Being yourself, to some people, is like, okay, searching, doing things, building a self. You know, they'd rather build a self than to be their self. They'd rather just go with who they think they are, or just go with what's happening right now, than to actually discover more. This is the ways that it's been going about in the world. But the only real way for you to know who you are, the only real way for you to be who you are, is to change the way you breathe. So let me bring you in to something right now. Who you are right now, who you say yourself to be, is who you're comfortable being because of reactivity. This is important. Who you are right now is who you're comfortable being because of reactivity. And I say this because as a person, you may go, this is who I am. I'm me right here. I'm someone who gets angry at times. You know, I have anger problems sometimes. I'm someone who likes the finer things in life. I'm someone who is very sweet. That's me. But then I go, okay, is that you, or is that all you know? Is that you, or is that all you know? And then you go, well, it's me, and it's what I know. And I go, okay, did you know that everything right now that you think you are, it was because of reactivity? Do you know that? Then it sparks inside of you a question mark, which then you try to immediately find the answer to. Because the moment you're put into question, you do whatever you can to get back to clarity. To the point where I can even say to you, who you are is your reactive self. Breaking it down for you. Ever since we were younger, we're in front of our parents. And our parents started to mold us. They started to mold our actions. Walk like this, don't do this, that's not good. This is bad. As they're doing that, you start to become something because you're being molded. But it's not from a place of, clarity. It's not from a place of spreading your awareness. It's from a place of, no, don't do that. And the moment that you feel that reaction come onto you, it starts to build in yourself a reaction to it. And you go, okay, I shouldn't do that. Or you go, she applauds you, or your dad applauds you. Then you go, I should do that. You build reactivity to it. elation to it. Ah, that makes me feel appreciated. Because at the time they did it, they made you feel really appreciated. And when you didn't do the thing that was good, they didn't make you feel appreciated. So you build a wall to anything that's quote unquote perceived as not acceptable, not good, and you allow yourself to be open to what is good, what's acceptable. This is the way that it's been built. You've been molded. The self that you think you are is actually reactive. It's not who you really are. And with that reactivity, guess what happens? Constriction of breath. Don't do that. Your whole body goes into a reaction to it. That's fine. That's good. Your body goes into reaction for it. Because now you're like, okay, because I can't do that, I better do this, and I better look for approval on this. Then when you get the approval on that, you feel better. So each side is reactive. You built yourself, or yourself was built based on reactivity. This goes far deeper than just who I am is beyond my mind. It goes much, much deeper than that. Because that is the truth. Who you are is beyond your mind. But for you to really understand that, you need to understand that who you are right now is built off the reactiveness of life, the reactiveness of your parents, the reactiveness of situations happening. Because you got to realize that every time you did something, you were trying to find a way to be accepted. You're trying to find a way when there was no way. You were trying to fit in. You were trying to do all the things that society presses onto you. And it constricts your breath. It does. You start to build blocks in yourself. Maybe your throat builds a block. Maybe your chest gets really tight. Maybe you start to feel tightness in here. When things happen, you're like, why do I feel these things in my body? Maybe you're even unaware that you even have these things that's in your body that constricts. These are all things that constrict in your body, and as a result, constrict your breath. Your breath can't flow freely. Each block makes the breath go like that. So you either try to control the breath, or you're under the prison of constriction. Your reactive self is not you. Everything right now that you are was built because something happened and you've accepted it. You feel comfortable with it. You feel good going, this is who I am. You feel good doing it. And you feel so good to the point where you will defend yourself. This is how good you feel with who you are. This is who I am, and I'm willing to defend it because this is what I believe I am. And I did the same thing. I felt like, you know what? I'm a good person. I did whatever I could to defend that. To the point where I would even block myself off from certain people's reactions, certain information, because I'm like, I'm a good person. I don't interact with that. I don't engage with that. You will defend it. You will. You'll feel like, I finally found this, or this is something I feel so comfortable in that this is me. And you'll feel yourself holding on to it, protecting it. And people will even go to the extent of losing people in their life, getting into heated things, fights, arguments. They'll go to far extents to defend what they believe they are. They will go to far extents. You will go to far extents to defend who you think you are. You will. If you believe yourself to be a person, yourself to be someone who doesn't care what people think, you will go to far extents to defend that. You will do many different things always. You'll always find yourself doing crazy things. You'll always find yourself standing up for that. If you find yourself to be someone who's right, you'll do whatever you can to defend that. You'll be in front of people. If you feel like you're an intelligent person and a smart person and they say something and you feel like a part of you doesn't agree with that, you'll do whatever you can to make sure that your point is right, because you will defend it. If you believe yourself to be confident, you will do whatever you can to show that. Even in situations where you don't feel like you are believing in yourself, you will do whatever you can to believe in yourself. Even if that means falsely believing in yourself so you can put on the facade, so you can maintain it. You will do it. You will defend it to the very end. You will. And that's what you see when you're looking around. You're seeing people who will defend at any cost. People will do it. They will hold on. They will grasp. They will not let go because it feels like them. And I used to be someone who was to greatly defend myself. I always did. I believed myself to be someone who was good-hearted. I believed myself to be someone who don't treat people badly. And I defended that. Even when I knew in a situation the person was doing something out of character, just totally outlandish, they were just doing something just wild, I would still find a way in that situation to make myself a good person and to look at them in a good way. Or to look at them in a way like, you know what, I don't engage with that. That's not for me to engage in. This is a strong sign that you are far away from yourself. This is a strong sign. Defending the reactive self is far away from you. Even to the point, to let you know, even to the point of creating something. Because now we grow up in a world where you can create yourself. You can create it. You can go, you know what? I want to be a person who is strong, who's sweet, but also doesn't take bullshit. And because all the self-development and everything is talking about developing yourself and creator and you're a creator, you start to go, you know what? I'm going to create myself. Right now, I'm nothing, but I'm going to create something. Which is even the furthest thing away to say, I'm nothing, I'm going to create. Because you're forgetting that from this quote-unquote plain position, this is all you need. But because you don't know that this is all you need, you'll go, you know what? I'm going to create something. And if we have to take 3 examples, let's take somebody who's gay, somebody who's a hard worker, and someone that's a player. Let's take these 3. Someone that's gay, they're coming from the position of, and this is not across the board, so I don't want you to think like, okay, this is me saying that being a gay is bad. I'm not. But when you say, I'm gay, you're forgetting something. That the moment you say that, you build an image. Gay is an image. Even lesbian, even transgender, this is an image. To the point where, as you can see, they will defend being gay. They will defend it. It's an image. It's who they hold themselves to be so strongly where they're like, I will defend this. I'll go to protests. I'll do this thing. I'll join groups. I will defend the fact that I'm gay. I'll defend it. Not even knowing that before they said, you know what, I'm just going to be myself and I'm going to show people that I do like men, or I'm going to do this. Before even all of that, this was all enough. Maybe they do find their nature is softer and they're more interested in hardness. Maybe they do find that. But that's different. They're forgetting that gay doesn't mean woman. Gay means, or in the way that they're trying to make it, means feminine. That's all it means. But they make themselves into a woman because they like gay as woman. This is silly. Saying I'm gay is the silliest thing that a person can say. It's silly. The most accurate thing they can say is, I feel feminine. That's accurate. Because then they can not identify with woman or gay. Because feminine is an energy. It doesn't take side of man or woman. It's just an energy. Most women carry the feminine energy. Most women are heavily carrying the feminine energy as their nature. There's a small amount of men out there who do carry the feminine energy. That's the most accurate thing to say. But because gay has been something that's been like, you know what, you need to respect them, people will do whatever they can to defend it in whatever way that they can. Because they feel like you are attacking something I believe in, something I believe that I am. You're attacking it. And I'll do whatever I can to defend it. Silliness is what it is. Or a person who says, you know what? I'm a hard worker. I work hard. I grind. I do what I can like I used to do. I'm a hard worker. Then you will feel times where people will be like, so you're not working out today? Or, oh man, I thought you would be at home doing work. And immediately you feel like you need to do something to justify it. Oh man, right now, no, I'm just taking a day off. And you'll feel inside that you are protecting it. That's what you will feel, because this is what I started to feel. And this is coming from a place, of course, of being totally aware of the parts of me that I knew that I wasn't. But I was defending it though. I was. And that's what used to irritate me. I'm like, do I really have to do this? There will be times where people are like, oh man, I thought you would be working out right now. That's not you. You would be working out. I'm like, no, man, I am going to work out. And I'll feel myself actually trying to defend it. Like, I'm like, this is the thing. That's me. No. Don't worry about it. I'm just not doing it right now, but I'm going to do it later. Trying to hold on. Going to someone who says I'm a player. Oh man, I thought you would approach that girl. Yeah, man, you know, I would, but right now, I'm just taking a break, man. I've been doing this. Or to the point where every single woman that's walking down the street, he feels like he has to go speak to him. Because remember, the player is the one that's great with women. He's the one that can get her. He feels like if there's anybody who can get her, it's me. And he'll actually feel like I have to defend the fact that I am a player. I have to defend it. Every single opportunity he gets, he'll speak to a woman. Every single one. And why do I tell you all of this though? Because these are just a few. Of course, there's millions out there. These are just a few. But why do I tell you this? I tell you this because there's no need to defend yourself. There's no need to hold on to the self that you think you are. There's no need to. When you hold on to the self that you think you are, you forget that what's behind that is so much more. In any of those that I've said, there's a constriction of breath. Any of those people, ask them. Truly, if you were to look at them and allow them to be aware, they would notice that there's a constriction of breath in those moments where they feel like they have to defend. In those moments where they feel like this is myself, they will feel a constriction of breath in that moment. The breath is more important than you think it is. This is something I started to see over time, is that the breath has more to do with being able to access that which you are than anything. Change the way you breathe. It's the only way to access that which you are. It's the only choice. Become accustomed to, familiar with, interested in the flow of the inhale and the flow of the exhale. As it is, without you trying to change it or control it. Once you become interested in the flow of the inhale and exhale, simply as it is, from breath to breath, moment to moment, you'll start to notice that who you are flows with the inhale and exhale. That who you are is the inhale and exhale. You'll start to feel the quality of it in a different way. And I'm talking about the natural breath. Not controlling the breath. I'm talking about the simpleness of that. Just understanding the natural and consistent breath. When you do that, you can then understand what it means to be who you are. Because being is simple. Being is here-ness. Being only knows flow. Only knows now and here. This is the beauty of letting go of anything you can create. This is the beauty of seeing the silliness in the image. This is the beauty of understanding that you never have to defend the inhale or the exhale. You never have to defend that which you are, because that which you are flows with that which is. We only defend when the belief is present. We only defend when we've created something and we go, this is what I love that I've created. And if somebody tries to take it away from me, I'll let them know that that wasn't the right move to do. You have to realize that defending it is not only, that's not only defending it. It's also collapse, restriction. That's also defending. Allow the breath to flow naturally. Allow it to be moment to moment, simple, and be with it. When you can understand this moment to moment simpleness and being with it, you start to understand that you're simple. That you love complexity, you love stimulation, you love all the buildingness in your mind, all the creation. You love it because it will give you the chance to escape from the here and now. I used to escape. The here and now is very intense. I used to escape. But if there's something I want more than anything now, it's to be here. Because what other option do I have? Every other option is pointless. It simply is pointless. To defend is pointless. To create is pointless. I'm not talking about create from the position of I've realized myself. No, I'm talking about creating when you haven't realized yourself. It's pointless. Because everything is just stacking on top of what's already there. Because what's already there is everything you're trying to create anyway. You're trying to create a confident person, that's already there. And it's not confident, it's beyond that. Confidence still is based on belief. It's trust, which is far beyond confidence. You don't have to create an image that's strong because strength is already there. You don't have to create sweetness because it's already there. Everything that you want to create is already there. So everything is pointless. You can create from the position of, Because now you don't try to defend the image. You go, I can use this. You use it. Or the ego, I can use this. That's what you do. That's not you, but you can use it. You know that it's the same thing as using a toothbrush. The ego is the same thing as using a toothbrush. You use it, but you got to realize the rest of the day, you're not brushing your teeth. You're out in public, you're going about your life, you're doing the things, and you use a toothbrush whenever you need to use it. That's the way that image should be used. That's the way the ego should be used. When you want it, you don't want it right now, that's fine. And that's competition, that's all these different things that I'm not going to get into right now, but I'll leave you with the natural breath is what needs to change. I mean, you need to change from constriction to open. From controlled meditation to natural meditation. Who you are, being yourself, can only be realized through the natural breath. Any other thing that's not the natural breath is an image. Anything else? I thank you for being here with me and giving yourself the chance to understand the natural breath. I made this great article about there's some magic in the natural breath. That'll be up on my website in a week and a half from now. So be looking forward to that, because that article definitely is a reminder for you to understand that the inhale and the exhale means a lot more to you than you think. The way you treat your breath is the way you treat yourself, is the way you treat life. The way you treat others is the way you treat your breath. If it's constricted, you will hold back from people. You would hold back from expressing yourself. You will hold back from expressing in life. If it's natural and flowing, the more natural and flowing it is, the more you express yourself, the more you'll be connected to others, the more you'll be connected to yourself. My seminar is coming up, my London seminar, and meditation is required for this. It is. If you do it already, or if you're willing to learn it, you can join. Otherwise, this is not the place for you. The link is below in the description box. Click that link and you'll be able to find out more about it. If you feel like you want to learn more about yourself at a deeper level, I offer Skype coaching and I offer one-on-one coaching. Before my website comes up, I'm going to offer you this now. Below, you can be able to write me at tonysolo@theessenceofmen.com. I'll put a copy and paste link below for you. Subscribe and share this with anyone who you feel would understand this and wants to know about it. And I'll leave you with this. It's more important to be that which you are than to try to become that which you want. So never try. Simply be.